So hi everyone, and welcome to your evening meditation. Just going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour or so for this relaxing evening meditation based on Course in Miracles workbook lesson 121. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. So just putting your phone on mute or silent, going somewhere where you're not going to be disturbed for the next half an hour. Sitting comfortably, feet shoulder width apart. Cup your hands in your lap. Keep your back straight. You can also sit cross-legged on the floor. You could sit up in bed, support your back, put your legs out in front of you in lotus or half lotus, just whatever posture you're comfortable in, and you can keep your back straight. Those are the two important things. It's going to be doing some breathing and raising the energy up the spine in the process. So let's close your eyes and let's start off by taking a nice deep breath in through the nose. So you're breathing in to the lower stomach. So you're breathing into the belly button. Just feel the stomach inflating like a balloon. Squeeze the sphincter muscle. It's the muscle used to contract the flow of urine. Squeeze the last drops out. It creates an energy lock as well as a pumping action. So you pump this Kundalini or life energy up the spine. Simultaneously draw it up the spine with your breath. Feel it rising from the base of your spine up into your heart center. Feel a nice warm tingling sensation in your heart and in your middle back. Put one hand on your heart just to anchor into your heart space. And then breathing in again, drawing the energy up, all the way up the spine into the crown of your head. Another sip of air at the top. Imagine it's like the cresting of a wave in the ocean, just rising up, pausing at the top of the inhale, smiling. And now just scan your mind. Notice any thoughts and emotions going on there that are disturbing your peace in any way. This could be a minor irritation, a little bit of anxiety, ranging from that to intense fear, panic attacks, rage, anger, guilt, resentment, grievances. Take another sip of air to top yourself up. And just notice as you do this what these thoughts feel like emotionally. And then notice how that feels physically. So usually if it's a strong emotion or thought, and you'll feel some kind of physical symptoms. So maybe that's just a knot in your stomach, block in your chest, clenched jaw, clenched fists. The extreme nausea and panic attacks. So wherever you are on that spectrum, notice. Take another sip of air in just to top you up. Notice wherever you happen to be. And you're just going to choose to let it go now with the help of your breath. The Greek word for exhale is the same as the word for forgiveness. So it's just using the breath to help you let it go. And today's lesson, forgiveness is the key to happiness. So letting go, that's another way of saying that, letting go is the key to happiness. So you just blow it all out with the breath. Imagine that you blowing out a dark gray or black smoke out of your mouth. It's just leaving your body, leaving your energy system, leaving your mind. Completely pull the lower stomach sharply into the spine. Expel the last remaining air out. And just rest here in the peace between breaths for a few moments. Smile. The thought that forgiveness is the key to happiness. You finally, after all these years of searching and striving, struggling, trying things that are really not going to work. Finally found the one thing that will work to bring you happiness. Smile at that thought, breathe in again. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Imagine you're not just breathing air in, but you're breathing light into your stomach, into your heart center. Drawing this column of beautiful golden or white light up your spine. Clench the sphincter muscle, feel this energy rising up into the crown of your head. Pause at the top of the inhale, smile. Just feeling that happiness that arises naturally when you just go within and are still present. You need do nothing, just be present, be aware to what's already there. And then exhale, just keep your mouth closed this time. Sigh it all out, make a little sighing sound in the back of your throat. Like fogging sunglasses, but you keep your mouth closed. You feel the air flowing out of your nostrils, the energy subsiding back down the front channel of your body, into rest in your lower stomach and spine. Suck those in, just expel the last remaining air out. Feel that life energy that you raised up into the crown, just subsiding back down into your lower stomach and spine. So, nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. For the next few minutes, just breathe, relax, be still, breathing in. Nice deep inhale. Imagine you're not just breathing air, but light. This beautiful golden white light into your stomach, your heart center. Feel drawing up the spine into the crown of the head. Pause at the top of the inhale, take another sip of air. So you listen to these words from today's workbook lesson 121. Forgiveness is the key to happiness. So here is the answer to your search for peace. Here is the key to meaning in a world that seems to make no sense. Here is the way to safety in apparent dangers that appear to threaten you at every turn and bring uncertainty to all your hopes of ever finding quietness and peace. Here are all questions answered. Here the end of all uncertainty ensured at last. So exhale, just sigh it all out. Imagine you just dropping your attachment to all of these things this paragraph mentions. Apparent dangers of the world, the threats, the fear that brings, the uncertainty, the doubt, disturbance of your quietness and peace. Just sigh that all out, let it all go. And sink into the certainty the lesson is pointing to. Pause at the bottom of the exhale, smile again. Breathe in, just breathe in the light. Imagine it's flowing into every pore of your skin, every cell and muscle of your body. Just drawing it in. Clench the sphincter muscle, draw it up the spine, feel this column of golden and white light and a warm tingling feeling flowing up the spine to the crown of the head. Take another sip of air at the top. So you listen to these words from paragraph 2 of the lesson. The unforgiving mind is full of fear and offers love no room to be itself, no place where it can spread its wings in peace and soar above the turmoil of the world. The unforgiving mind is sad, without the hope of respite and release from pain. It suffers and abides in misery, peering about in darkness, seeing not, yet certain of the danger lurking there. So just breathe in the light again. Imagine this gorgeous golden or white light that is brighter and more beautiful than any light you've ever seen in this world. Just coming into your mind, into your heart. Put one hand in your heart if it slipped down, to dispel the fear, the darkness, the turmoil of your mind. It's just reflected out in the world, but truth, the problem is in your own mind. So exhale. You can blow it all out if you like. Imagine it's blowing these dark clouds away. Black smoke out of your mouth. Just leaving you. Going, gone to the nothingness they really are. Pull the lower stomach in. So you're completely empty of darkness, simultaneously filled up with the light. So breathe in again. Now just watch your breath as you keep breathing. Nice, deep, slow, rhythmical breaths in your own time. Just breathing in the light. Imagine it's flowing into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind. To heal the mind from this unforgiveness. And then just exhale and imagine releasing anything. As the lesson progresses, he's talking about much darkness. Just imagine you releasing that with your breath. And then again, breathing in the light. So just step back, set the breath in motion, watch the breath. As you listen to these profound words, keep your hand on your heart, keep you anchored into the heart center. So you're listening emotionally, you're listening with your heart, not just your mind. Let these words take you deeper into the love and the peace that they point to, away from the darkness, into the light. It's not really about understanding them intellectually. It's more about allowing them to help you enter a state of being, a deeper, higher state of being. It's more connected to your source. It's the purpose of the words, in fact, of all spiritual practice, not just an intellectual understanding. Just keep watching your breath, keeping your mind nice and clear, calm, empty, open, but aware as you listen to the rest of this profound lesson. So the unforgiving mind, says Jesus, is torn with doubt, confused about itself and all it sees, afraid and angry, weak and blustering, afraid to go ahead, afraid to stay, afraid to awaken or go to sleep, afraid of every sound, yet more afraid of stillness, terrified of darkness, yet more terrified at the approach of light. What can the unforgiving mind perceive but its damnation? What can it behold except the proof that all its sins are real? So as you exhale, just sighing all of that out, letting it all go, blowing it all away. The fear, the anger, the weakness, all the blustering pomposity of the ego, terror, just let it all go. It's all in the mind, nowhere else. Keep watching your breath. Keep you nice and still, calm, connected to your source. Keep watching your breath. Just listen to these words of wisdom from Jesus, our master teacher. So the unforgiving mind sees no mistakes, but only sins. It looks upon the world with sightless eyes and shrieks as it beholds its own projections rising to attack its miserable parody of life. It wants to live, yet wishes it were dead. It wants forgiveness, yet it sees no hope. It wants escape, yet can conceive of none, because it sees the sinful everywhere. The unforgiving mind is in despair, without the prospect of a future which can offer anything but more despair. Yet it regards its judgment of the world as irreversible, and does not see it as condemned itself to this despair. It thinks it cannot change, for what it sees bears witness that its judgment is correct. It does not ask, because it thinks it knows. It does not question, certain that it is right. So as you exhale, just blowing all this pride, really, pride of unforgiveness, is that you think you're right, you think your judgments are correct, even though they bring you so much pain and suffering and despair. It's not letting go and willing to be humble and say, I really don't know the answer. In fact, I'm clueless about myself, about the world. All my judgments, my opinions have brought me nothing but pain and suffering, one form or another, if I'm really honest. So I'm willing to be taught. Because forgiveness is acquired, as Jesus continues. It is not inherent in the mind, which cannot sin. As sin is an idea you taught yourself, forgiveness must be learned by you as well, but from a teacher other than yourself, who represents the other capital self in you. Through him you learn how to forgive the self you think you made and let it disappear. Thus you return your mind as one to him who is your capital self and who can never sin. And so each unforgiving mind presents you with an opportunity to teach your own how to forgive itself. Each one awaits release from hell through you and turns to you imploringly for heaven here and now. It has no hope, but you become its hope. And as its hope, do you become your own. The unforgiving mind must learn through your forgiveness that it has been saved from hell. And as you teach salvation, you will learn. Yet, all your teaching and your learning will not be of you, but of the teacher who was given you to show the way to you. So today we practice learning to forgive. If you're willing, you can learn today to take the key to happiness and use it on your own behalf. Because the unforgiving mind does not believe that giving and receiving are the same. Yet, when we try to learn today, right now, that they are one through practicing forgiveness towards one whom you think of as an enemy and one whom you consider as a friend. And as you learn to see them both as one, you will extend the lesson to yourself. See that their escape included yours. So begin by taking a nice deep breath in. Imagine you breathing not just air but light into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, raising this column of golden and white light up the spine. And think of someone that you don't like, who seems to irritate you or to cause regret in you if you should meet him or her. Someone you actively despise or you merely try to overlook. Does not matter what the form your anger takes. Probably have chosen him or her already. He or she will do. Take another sip of air in, and just see him in your mind. See this person in your mind and look at this person a while. Try to perceive some light in him or her somewhere, a little gleam which you've never noticed. Try to find some little spark of brightness shining through the ugly picture that you hold of him or her. Now look at this picture till you see a light somewhere within it. Just breathe in that light again, topping yourself up with air and with the light. Feel that light growing brighter and stronger. You feel that light brightening around this person. You see it in your mind. Try to let this light extend until it covers the person entirely. It makes the picture beautiful and good. Look at this changed perception for a while. And you exhale. Just imagine really letting go of any darkness. Any remaining scraps, fragments of anger, grievances, attack thoughts, and so on towards this person. Just blow them all away. Imagine they're like dark clouds. There's no power to obscure the light. The light of source that illuminates your mind and the mind of this brother or sister. Now turn your mind to one you call a friend. So just bring that person to mind. As you breathe in, try to transfer the light you learned to see around your former enemy, quote, to this person, to this friend. See him in the light, surrounded by the light, encompassed by the light. Perceive him now as more than friend to you. For in this light, His Holiness shows you your Savior, saved and saving, healed and whole. And then let Him offer you the light you see in Him, just drawing it in with your breath into every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind, every fiber of your being. And now, let your enemy and your friend you just practice with unite in blessing you with what you gave. Feel that light in you. So as you extend the light, you feel it. This is why to give, to receive are one in truth, which was a previous lesson we did fairly recently. Now, when you one with them and they with you, now have you been forgiven by yourself? So as you exhale, just have a sense of release, of letting go of your own judgments of yourself, of self-condemnation. Just blowing it all out with the breath. And it all go into nothingness truly is. Resting for a few moments in this eternal peace, this quiet that comes from forgiveness. Just for a couple of minutes, silence, just step back, watch your breath, breathe, relax, be still. Imagine breathing in the light. It's intensifying as you hold the breath briefly. And as you exhale, imagine it radiating out from you and just extending to these two people you used in this exercise, and then to all of your friends and your family, and don't stop there, to every human being on the planet, every living creature. Feel that light encompassing you and them. So there is no separation in this light. Sink into this light for a minute of silence. Nothing else to go, nothing else to do. Just breathe in and out the light. Sink into the light. Start to realize that there's no real inhalation, bringing it in and extending it out. It's just always there, ever present in your mind. Sink into it deeper and deeper with each breath. Into the light for the next minutes of silence. And so just gently coming out, bring your awareness back into your body, back into the world. On the count of 3, you're going to open your eyes. So 1, breathing in, noticing how the stomach rises. Chest rises. Subtle flow of air into the nostrils. Feel that light and that life energy rising up the spine into the crown of your head. Feel that light encompassing you, enveloping you, every pore, every cell, every muscle of your body, every corner of your mind, every fiber of your being. It's encompassed in it. Smile, because you're in the light. And now have you been forgiven by yourself? So exhale, just sigh it all out. Noticing the air flowing out of your nostrils, chest and the stomach suck back in, the sighing sound in the back of your throat. So you're fogging sunglasses, keep your mouth closed. And the light subsides back down the front channel of your body, going to rest in your lower stomach and your groin. So that's 1, 2. While your attention's down there, just noticing the weight of your body pressing down into the chair, feet touching the ground. Breathing in, noticing any subtle smell in your nose. Maybe there's a taste in your mouth. Noticing what you're hearing. Just subtle sounds in the environment, whatever those happen to be. You can hear crickets in the distance, some voices. Just allow whatever to arise. There's no attempt to name it or judge it or label it or resist it in any way. Notice how peaceful it is when you perceive this way. This is how you train your mind to stay in a forgiving state, to practice forgiveness moment by moment, just in the way you perceive the world. So 3, open your eyes, look around. Just take 30 seconds to glance around, reorienting yourself into your environment. Letting your eyes rest randomly on a few objects just for a couple of seconds at a time, and then move on to something else, and then something else. Just, again, don't name what you're seeing or judge it or label it in any way. And you'll notice that the underlying peace, stillness, is the same. It doesn't matter what you're seeing or hearing or touching, tasting, perceiving in any way. So you're starting to become more aware of your true awareness, the ground of being, beyond the meaning that you've given to things, beyond your interpretation of your sense perceptions. There's just pure awareness. This is where happiness lies. This is what forgiveness is designed to connect you with. So do not forget throughout the rest of the day, the evening, the role that forgiveness plays in bringing happiness to every unforgiving mind. It's yours among them. And every hour, tell yourself, you can do this with a little breath, so breathing in, say, forgiveness is the key to happiness. Breathe this happiness in, and I will awaken from the dream that I am mortal, fallible, and full of sin. And know I am the perfect Son of God. Perfect extension of love is another way of saying it. So just breathing that identity in and the happiness and the peace that goes with it. Deeply connecting with it. Put one hand in your heart center just to connect in with it, and then sigh it all out. Imagine extending that light and that happiness to those who need it, those you judge, those you have any grievance against, and anyone else. This is how you reclaim your knowledge that you are the perfect Son of God, perfect extension of love through forgiveness. I wish you good practicing. You can use this little short recording to help you to practice frequently. I sent you one earlier in the day. If you practice this every hour this evening, and in response to any temptation to get upset by anything, use it in immediate response to that. So I wish you much peace and happiness, and a very good evening ahead. Thank you for listening, and namaste, which means the happiness in me acknowledges and honors that same happiness in you.